So you want a Raptor, but you don't want to pay Raptor prices. I get it. They're expensive, and that's before any dealer markups. And you know there's going to be markups. Maybe you can get a near Raptor-like experience for a bit less. It is possible with the 2021 Ford F-150 Tremor. Let's talk looks first. This F-150 Tremor plays its part well as a slightly less than Raptor sibling, and it does so by incorporating some Raptor design cues. Look on the hood and you'll notice the vents. The grille is different from non-Tremor trucks. You have a nice skid plate under the nose, and those running boards feel Raptor-esque as well. Even better though are the 33-inch tires fitted around 18-inch wheels. You get a little bit more ground clearance and a nicer stance. In the cabin, Ford gives the Tremor active orange accents all over the place. The seat trim and stitching is Tremor specific. And if you jump to at least the mid trim, you'll get some luxury as well with a Bang & Olufsen sound system, an 8-inch digital instrument cluster. Top spec high trims added heated rear seats, leather seating, adjustable pedals, and a 12-inch display cluster. Like the Raptor, you also get auxiliary switches so you can wire up all sorts of off-road goodies. Or just do this until you pay to have all that stuff installed. The Tremor doesn't pack as much underhood heat as the Raptor, but it's got plenty of power. In fact, it's actually quite a bit more capable as an all-around good truck. Under the hood sits Ford's 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. Here it makes 400 horsepower, produces 500 pound-feet of torque, and sends power out to the wheels via the 10-speed automatic gearbox. And this truck can handle payloads up to 1,885 pounds and tow up to 10,900 pounds. That's 445 more pounds of payload and 2,700 more pounds of towing capacity compared to the Raptor. So the good news here, with all that horsepower, you're very nearly as quick as a Raptor off the line on pavement. Of course, you know, if you are out dune running and desert bashing, the Raptor is going to be more stable, which is more confidence inspiring, which means you can go quicker. We're here on this road that leads to a place called Holy Gym in Southern California, and it's a bit more rutted than usual. So we're taking some pretty hard hits, but the suspension feels pretty good. Not as good as the Fox, but pretty good. And then the fact that we have the 33-inch tires at all corners definitely helps soak some of it up too. Those are nice looking tires. They work well on this truck and they look good. The steering feel is properly weighted. Throttle response is great from that EcoBoost motor. And overall, this is a pretty solid application that sits just below the Raptor. Now, I don't have too many problems with the 10-speed automatic. It's a fairly smooth gearbox. I did notice that in sport mode around town, there's some occasional clunkiness just in the lower gears. Like if you leave the line, then all of a sudden have to lift off the throttle because a car in front of you is going slower. It does a weird shift. It's trying to get ahead and you don't need it to be there. But those are not constant occasions, and just in normal driving mode, it's totally fine. And then here on the dirt, it's pretty good as well. Now, with the Tremor compared to the normal F-150, you get just a little bit more suspension travel too. You have about an inch more up front and about an inch and a half more out back. One of the options that you can check the box when you go to order one of these is you can get an optional limited slip diff up in the front. And this also has an electronic rear locker as well. So for you off-road geeks, you're gonna wanna know some of the off-road stats because this is a truck, so it's not gonna be as nimble as like a two-door Wrangler. But the approach angle is 27.6 degrees, the breakover is 21.2, and the departure is 24.3. Now, in another nod to it being related to the Raptor, the transfer case on this is the torque on demand setup, just like in that more aggressive truck. But as it sits here with the Tremor, 400 horsepower feels pretty darn good. So it's less truck than the Raptor, which means it also costs less, right? Absolutely. The base price of an F-150 Tremor is $51,200. Mid-grade trucks add another $6,065. Fully loaded high-grade trucks will hit just under $70K. If you equip them on par in terms of options, the Raptor surges a few grand ahead, of course. And it features far more substantial off-road gear. The Fox live valve suspension tech is amazing. The engine is a blast, and the Raptor is ready for Baja right off the showroom floor. The F-150 Tremor, it's a great weekday work truck and weekend warrior. If you keep the pricing in the mid-grade zone, you have one heck of a machine.